Hello there and welcome back to Corey Loses from a different corner of my basement. We are playing the 0.3 Revan's Revenge preview playthrough at the Mandalorians. And despite how dangerous things have been in the past, after a bit more time building up between episodes, we are actually in a pretty decent position. We have our first Candosi, Mandalore the Artilleryman, building up over Mandalore. We have a decent set of credits. But yeah, I did spend some time between the last stream and now building up some units, building up some structures, building up some credits, since we have Karth's fleet here that has been stopped from going basically anywhere. So we do have to protect Ordo so that they can't come out that way, but we have a hypervelocity gun there. We're in the middle of building up some extra protection there. And I think we are going to try to get into Vanquo today. I want to take Vanquo, I want to take Terrace, but we have two armies that are at least a little bit built up. I'll probably end up combining them for the Vanquo attack. But in our fleets we have two Kiramuds as well. We have more than we'd been relying on before at the very least. So let's get these guys over from Thostra, and we are going to just go straight into Vanquo. Before I do that, I'm going to try to take a look at the overall force percentage. So we've cracked past the 10% mark, but let's see what they have on Vanquo. I am going to have to try to be a little bit safer, maybe. We're gonna try to actually get somewhere and not throw anything away. This is powerful, but is it enough to kill us? Because it doesn't look like they have a full fleet, so there's nothing in reserve, and there's a lot of ground units there. So the big stack we saw was mostly ground units. That is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110, 120, 130. Okay, yeah, so they didn't fill up their pop cap. Just wanted to be sure on that. So William Shadlar, haha. This one is... We'll have to let it come all the way in. You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice? Then we have Mando Gratsua, Mandalore Shrimp Mantis. We have Indefatigable. You know what? This is... If I really want to be safe, I think I need to pull out. Because, yeah, it looks like the hypervelocity gun is here, which is kind of a problem for our larger ships. But it's not as much of a problem as when we had the heroes who were killed by that. Oops, I don't want you to pile up there. So I'm going to, if I can actually grab this. Oh my god. EAW. EAW. Please. Please. You know what? I'm going to make this easier on myself. Well, I can't actually do that while I'm... Duh. And then duh. Alright. So having the Candosi in there is a bit riskier with the hypervelocity gun, but if I pull in a few more of the little guys to help support that, so we can end the battle a little bit faster, then that'll be helpful. We're full on you. You just finished, so I'm gonna get some more upgrades on that. And is there anywhere else that we want a trade port? Not really. What I think we might need to do is get a hypervelocity gun here, and hopefully that'll finish before we start dropping the influence too much more from everything that they're gonna have. Because it's at influence level 5 right now, but it'll start dropping even more. We have a Pathfinder there. Oh, it looks like they moved away a lot of the ground units too. I mean, it makes the battle against a hypervelocity gun safer, but it also means we don't get to kill as much. And any battle where we have a numerical advantage is kind of nice for us right now. But we will bring in Mandalore the Artilleryman. We'll bring in, you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice, Indefatigable. This is the way. I wanted wings. William Shadlar. Mando Gratsua. There's still 3 ground units. I mean, that's still good for us to kill. Mandalore's Mantis Shrimp. Mandalore the Exalted. I'll start the battle now. Bug hunt. Mandalore the Semi-Competent. Stop bugging me. Here, I should pull you away. Maybe we'll bring in a Bug's Life. Something's bugging me. Battle Bug. And who me? Alright, I am going to have to give some more specific directions to some of them. And where's the rest of these guys? Let's make sure we get those out of the way. You are not the Candosi. I wanted Candosi. I wanted better Candosi. That's not bad. That'll do for now. Like, the hypervelocity gun is still definitely a bit of a problem. But I think if we send our bombers up past the fleet, then things will work out a little bit better for us. Okay, you are just sliding by here. And now, let's make sure we don't just let a 4A start killing some of our littler guys. You are nearly done with that one, so good job on that. And let's move some of these up a little bit more too. You know what? I should leave them all on that, and then make sure these 4As aren't killing us. You guys are still on the bombers. There's one. There's still those two. Ooh, that's close. Come on. Ah, we got it. We got it. Alright, now you guys get on the rest of that. These fighters. There's still some Republic bombers around there. Do we have anything else in reserve? No. I do apologize if it's a little bit echoier right now, or if it peaks a bit more, the microphone, because I have to do a little bit of soundproofing, and I guess not really soundproofing, some sound adjusting in this corner of the basement. The bookshelves behind me, I flipped them around, so I used to be in the corner behind those, and just this half of the basement we weren't using for anything after I cordoned myself off. So now we're using that half to kind of store stuff as we pack for an eventual move. And we're using... Oh, well, I don't know where the ground units have gotten off to. But yeah, so we're using that half to just store anything we're packing for the eventual move. And I figured I'd have a bit more room over here to figure out stuff for, like, lighting and camera setup. Because I'm trying to do a bit more on-camera stuff for, like, lore videos or news videos, and just having this works a bit better for that, so I want to figure all that out before we move so I can plan a future office setup a little bit better. But let's save, not Meldrude, 51. It's been and it's going to keep being a pretty... Oh, shit. Why did I do that? Oops. Those aren't mine. As you wish. But yeah, it's been a pretty busy year for travel, or a few weeks for travel. Kicking that off with the Jedi Survivor trip. But it's my dad's 60th this Friday, so I'm going home for like 2 days this week. Luckily, it's not super expensive to go back to Niagara from Ottawa. It's a long trip, so I'm going to be doing that. But then in May, I'm going to be going to see Eck for a little bit before he has his baby, and we can never see him again for a few years. But yeah, those are all coming up. But I'm still hoping to get a bit more done in the lead up to those. Alright, let's bring in just the basilisks. We're gonna go full Mando on that. That's what I think that means. Okay, there are a lot of them up here. I am kind of worried about the bikes, but if they're just gonna run away,
Lancet standing by.
we can let them.
I copy.
When the grenades go off, that's when we're really worried about. But with our full basilisks here, hopefully that's enough
Ready for orders. Engines activated. Attacking.
extra support.
At the ready.
It's like, that's not a lot of surviving infantry for us.
Receiving
And
orders.
these are pretty heavily anti-vehicle.
Comlink active.
We don't really have the light basilisks, which have, I think, more overall anti-infantry damage because of the pair.
Lancet proceeding.
Even though these guys do have some anti-infantry, it's got the AI beams and the plasma
Command
cannon.
received.
But I think I'd have to check the stats on that. I might be wrong on that. They may come out to
Form up.
similar overall.
Right away. Firing. Engaging. Awaiting orders.
As long as you're not going for the same dude. Like, the beams really are good against them, but...
Lancet targeting. Moving out.
to secondary position.
Reporting.
Alright, let's see.
Heading for attack position.
Guys,
Order acknowledged.
you got sprinties.
Yes, sir. Attack.
I just want to make sure the anti-vehicle on their infantry isn't too concentrated on the basilisk at any time, or any given basilisk at any time.
Reporting.
What the tank droids do. Okay, you guys kill the tank droid. Let's... I'm not going to put in a wheel tank for this. I still just want more infantry, I think.
Awaiting orders. Advance.
Lancet standing by.
Right,
Destination
or
ahead.
wheel tank. I think I keep calling the wheel tank a tank droid, which is not what it
Ready
is,
for orders.
but
Let's move out. Open
I can't
fire.
stop myself. Okay, I don't...
Let's go.
I don't want you to talk.
Attack
Yeah,
that target.
shoot that. There you go.
Yes, sir. Roger.
Defensive build pad, or a repair pad would be
Keep
nice,
going.
but I'm gonna try to just get to this next landing zone without having to do that.
Reporting in. There they are.
Okay, I might end up having to do that.
Form up. Awaiting orders.
Don't just get shot on your way in.
Copy. Fallout troops.
And we do have to keep in mind that we can't quite hit the... Oh shit. We don't want to fight there.
Comlink active.
You guys get over the hill
Engines activated. Receiving orders.
and head back.
Reporting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lose those infantry. Probably can't get out of the corner on that.
As
Okay.
you wish. Squadron moving out.
I should have just built the
Advancing.
Command received. Right away.
repair pad, because they're not going to be able to do it for us.
Destination ahead.
We'll lose a basilisk. I'm going to put you guys over the water, maybe? No, I can't quite get out there. But I do need to
Order acknowledged.
get the build pad and build a repair structure here.
Order, sir. Reporting.
Form up.
So I can heal them. We'll get a Baragwin, and I think I need one of the heroes in.
Awaiting orders. Let's go.
Seems as if they had a fair bit of garrison on top.
Load your weapon.
A fair bit of garrison on top of
On my way.
the structure garrisons. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bomb that.
Engaging enemy. Almost there. Scanning area.
Like, they'd taken the planet pretty recently,
On the move.
so it's not surprising that they're kind of full on actual units on top of
Fire. Targets.
whatever they have in the structures. Did the bomber make it? It did, but it only went through a little line that we'd already cleaned out.
Attack.
One of the bombers made it.
Reporting in. Roger that. Scouting.
You guys are anti-vehicle mostly as well.
Form up. Let's go. Copy.
We really need...
Going.
I think we have to just go for this build pad.
This way. Open fire.
It's in a safer position as well, so
Right away.
let's all get you over there.
I copy. Reporting.
Okay, get those repairs.
Moving out. Order acknowledged.
Get two of you back over, and then Mandalore, you can do this with some help.
Orders, sir.
He'll at least be tanking a bit.
I copy. Heading out. Full out.
Okay, you gotta stay out of range of those AI turrets, but I think they're doing that pretty well.
Let's move out. We'll back you up.
And you guys can come in now.
Let's move out.
Reporting. Enemy
Can you
sighted.
hit from over here?
Support order
Enemy
acknowledged.
spotted.
Yes, sir.
Infantry.
Yes, Commander. Inputting coordinates. Ready. Keep going.
Copy. Attacking target.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think we can destroy that before getting over.
Awaiting orders.
Okay. Starting to make a dent.
I copy. Reporting.
And maybe if we can get this this landing zone.
Fire at will.
Luckily, we know they can't build any field bases right now, because field bases don't exist yet.
Ready to go. Hostile.
So this is all just the garrison and the
Ready.
units they had. So that's got to be pretty close to a few overall companies of
Lancer
infantry.
standing by. This way. Over there. Engines activated.
Awaiting orders.
Nope. Okay, get back. Get back. That's an AV turret. And we're going to lose the Baragvans. Where's MTI? There we go. Or MTU.
Moving out.
Bring in a bit more of our infantry.
Advancing.
And let's try to take out that turret before it causes more problems for our
Aerial
vehicles.
artillery reporting.
Affirmative.
Uh,
Roger. Fire at will.
Battalion standing by.
you can finish that off while you guys go for the infantry. Then we're going to try to get over to this field hospital.
Warm up.
I'm going to try to take this.
Awaiting orders.
These aren't often in the most useful place, but when they are, it's great.
Squad, advance.
We can't do anything about the AA turret right now, which is unfortunate because that's going to be like right in the way of us doing bombing runs.
Ready for orders. Cut through them.
Reporting in.
But some of the missiles might be able to. Anything a bit more AoE? No.
Reporting.
That's unfortunately not hitting it for us.
Our base is under attack.
Right away.
Don't know how those broke again, but they should be
Acknowledged.
fixed in the actual dev version, because this is all like a month or two behind.
Moving to that area, sir.
Well, the grenades are actually able to hit it.
Attack.
They're all going around the ground. Just means I'll keep the infantry on that.
Awaiting.
No, what are you doing? Turn around.
On my way.
Get over there.
At the ready. Targeting.
Copy.
Alright, the dogs have to go back to the Healy range. There we go.
Waiting orders. I've got them on scopes.
Orders, sir.
So we got that down.
I copy. Reporting.
Bring one of you back over. And
Comlink active.
I think we've killed a lot of their units.
Deploying.
Roger that. Receiving orders. Blast them out. As you wish.
We should be able to get a bombing run in on the base
Y-wing standing by.
once we find the structures. Alright, there's one. Yeah, we can just go straight in on that.
And receive.
So I'm gonna guess it's a barracks that they had as that third structure over there that we haven't gotten to quite yet.
Scouting area.
Locked on target.
Affirmative.
But it looks like we've got the planet now.
Copy. Reporting.
Just need to make sure that this AV turret doesn't do too much to our wheel bike or our wheel tank. Wheel bike, wheel tank. I'm just gonna go through all the possible wheels.
Form up.
Alright. Oh, actually, it's the hypervelocity gun. Yeah, we knew that.
Firing.
Yes.
So yeah, that must have just been a lot of
We've secured
Awaiting
the
order.
pad.
Heading out.
a lot of infantry that were stationed on the planet,
Engaging.
which is good news for future battles as well.
I have the target in sight.
Because as costly as that was for our own infantry, we didn't lose that much. We lost a basilisk and a couple squads of infantry. But Vanquo will be a good planet for us to have, and that's probably like 10
Ready for your orders, sir. Initiate sweep.
10 units we won't have to fight elsewhere. What we will have to do
Let's
is
move
a
out.
little bit of hunting to
Let's go.
find
Keep going.
their last units
We've secured a build
after we get some repairs.
Ready. Let's go.
Luckily, the AA turrets are going to be, or not the AA turrets, the basilisks are going to be good little hunters for that. We did see something just run by there. Where is Mandalore? He's up that way.
Mauler ready.
Alright, there's some infantry. I'll just send the basilisks down to help with that too.
Over there. Planted. Targeting.
Engaging enemy.
Is that it? No.
Reporting.
Oh, there's another one.
Activated. Receiving orders. As you wish.
They're probably hanging around by one of the
Heading for attack position. Yes, sir.
not victory points, one of the reinforcement points.
Awaiting orders.
We've lost a build pad.
Copy.
Tie Mauler. Copy.
Do we have
Secured a
Yes,
build
sir.
pad.
it's a Barogman.
I copy.
There's more AA turrets, so I can't go around there. Are they in a bunker somewhere? No. God, they really went in on the
Reporting.
AA turrets, didn't they? There we go. Much better. Yeah, that's a lot of infantry for us to have lost, but they lost a lot as well. And that is this going to be one that we need to defend as much? Probably not in the same way.
Building under construction.
We've got a pretty big infrastructure score as well. So I don't have to be as concerned there. Jebel... I was really hoping to not defend at Jebel,
Construction.
because I wanted to take Terrace and even Flashpoint. Well, Flashpoint is going to be hard to take, and it's not going to get us that much money. It'd be a good defensive point coming from the north, but if we go through this part of the map first, then that becomes more of a them problem than an us problem, really. You have a hypervelocity gun, right? You do. So I am going to save. I don't think I just saved. Yeah, I did not. And we're going to try to get into Quelli. So we'll go straight there now. That's a level 3 station. It's a pretty built up ground. We do need more of the infantry.
Enlisting.
Because I just got a bunch of them killed. But not everything. And we were fighting a lot of infantry. I didn't have any light basilisks there, which I think should be the next ground units we start to build. Some more of the light basilisks. Get some more of that anti-infantry power going. And this is just the station. We'll see if they have a hypervelocity gun here, but it shouldn't matter even if they do.
All ahead. Engines to full. Moving.
Because we should be able to pick through this
Engines to
without too much issue, or pretty quickly. Even if the Golan 2s are pretty strong relative to
Dreadnought cruiser ready. Heavy
our forces. Yeah, I just lost one of the Shadlars. That's been one of the hardest things to adapt to, is figuring out
cruiser ready. Firing turbo.
which things that are kind of placeholders are the most OP.
Captain here.
Because the ecosystem is largely the same, but there's enough differences just from incomplete content that it's basically what got our better heroes killed as well.
Heavy cruiser stepping by. Captain here.
Our bigger battlecruiser space heroes. Shouldn't say necessarily better heroes, but our big boy ships.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
Because our best hero got killed by something else entirely. Rest in peace, Jaska. There's a large part of me that wants to engage in some shenanigans and get Jaska back, but I don't want to ruin the integrity of the campaign, unless everyone wants to ruin the integrity of the campaign, in which case I will absolutely do it.
Hold on.
They've been a rough pair of campaigns for us going on right now, the Maldrude one and this one, in terms of difficult situations we found ourselves in.
Squadron, advance in here. Dreadnought's cruiser ready.
But on the whole, I think we are finally in a good position.
Yes, Commander. They're falling back.
Alright, they're retreating. They can just go. They're not going to get anything out of that. So they killed one Shadlar, I think, which is more than they should have been able to. But... oh, they killed two. We lost a Bug's Life and Battle Bug. We should be able to rebuild them. They might... I think one of them might be close to their lifetime limit. Because there is technically a lifetime limit of 3 deaths. Which I haven't actually hit with many ships before, but depending on how things go, if I need to... if I like run out of everything, or I have everything built, then I'll consider putting them back up to 0, or like resetting them. Because it's mostly there as a way to make sure I can use as many of the patron units as possible. Because especially as time's gone on, it's been difficult to make sure I've been able to reasonably highlight all the patron ships, which people do pay money to have them in the playthrough. So I like to try to get through as many as possible and highlight them as much as possible without making the playthrough suffer as a result of me just sitting there reading off names. So I try to be cognizant of that as well. But
Reinforcements en route.
Yes, Commander.
alright, I think we want to go down that one.
Going.
And I'm going to just build a repair platform
Order, sir. Reporting.
pretty quickly off the bat.
Awaiting orders.
Ready.
Because I do want to be able to
Ready.
save these basilisks in the
Aerial
wheel tank once we
artillery
get it.
reporting.
I thought there was another build. Okay, there it is.
Way.
Ready for orders. Lancet proceeding. Command received.
Okay, we should be able to pretty safely hit that planetary shield. It's good for the garrison that that's what one of those is. Because we know they don't have a ton of actual units here.
Ready to receive.
So it's just whatever the garrison would be.
Fire.
And the planetary shield being one of the structures when you're garrison focused,
Comlink.
will at least make it
Open fire.
Reporting in. Moving out.
a little less overwhelming with units.
Roger that. Advancing. Construction. Move out.
It's great if I had been planning on relying on orbital bombardments and stuff, but I don't plan on doing that. So
Destination ahead.
I don't even think I have anything that can orbitally bombard on this fleet. We don't.
Let's move out.
Warm up. Spread out, man.
Right, especially with Canderous, I think they're okay.
Let's go. Attack the target.
I can
Keep going.
probably get over there and help our infantry first.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Fire.
That's an AA turret that I need to be concerned about. Alright, let's move some stuff
Moving out.
on in here. Nope, you guys are AA vulnerable.
Receiving orders. As you wish.
Don't be in range of that, please.
Cut through them.
There you go. Okay, you can both go heal. I know you don't both need it, but I'm going to let you both do it anyways.
Reinforcements en route.
And let's try to get up to the hill on this side.
Copy.
Because we can't really destroy the
Secure table pad.
AA turret without some lucky shots.
Right away, sir.
But maybe we'll get lucky.
There they
Okay,
are.
just, yeah, blast that guy. And wheel tanks, you're slow, so just get the journey started.
Lancet
Maybe we'll go up here and see if we can tag any of the structures without dying to AA. So we can bomb one of you,
right away.
but there we go. That's going to be something the Basilisk is going to handle pretty quickly.
Awaiting orders. Moving out.
Reporting. Squad, advance.
Copy.
I think we're good and not going to struggle as much as the prior one. It's a heavy vehicle factory, so that's not great.
Reporting.
Bombing run available.
You are bombed now.
Blast them out.
Well, I say it's not great. We haven't had a problem with our
Attacking.
with the enemy vehicles so far.
Firing.
Let's try to get those down, and
Yes, sir.
we'll try to kill the infantry before they can capture
Destination ahead. Engaging.
The abandoned turret.
Let's move out.
There we go.
Have the
All
target
right.
in sight.
You lost cable repair.
So that's 2 planets. That's a good haul for us, and that gets them kind of cut off. Not super cut off, but like Onderon and Ambria, they have to go down through Ambria to get up there, unless they decide they want to get angry and take over Sky. But actually, Sirocco, we don't have Sirocco tack, so I'm going to attack Sirocco. And do we have any other structures on that? I think we're going to go with the base defenses too. Not right now, but I will get base defenses on you. Thustra, are you 400 base? 300 base. Plus some... Okay. So I think you are worth taxing again when we have it a little bit more built up. So let's go with barracks and tax agency. Because I think right now the perception that judges whether a planet's full or not doesn't account for all the space slots. So I think I'm cheating a bit, but we're gonna do that. And we should... It didn't get us unrest for this week, even though we're only 3 influence on Concord. It's not a 100% chance when you're at 3 influence, so that's good. But a lot of our money should probably go into defending Quelli right now. So I think that's going to be our next goal, build up Quelli. Mostly to defend against attacks from Cathar, but from there we should be able to start expanding into Ares and Altair and go through this way. I think we're going to leave Jagus Cluster for now, because any attacks we get from that direction are going to take a while to get through. And I think it makes more sense to go from Ares, Altair into Lukazek, and kind of take it apart that way. So we'll keep Obersky, Sirocco, and probably Jebel as our defensive lines, even though I did really want Terrace. I don't think we're going to be able to easily take Terrace just yet, but I'm much happier with our situation and how it is right now. Hope you guys are all enjoying the series so far, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.